been sitting here smiling, just looking at that thing spinning. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, y'all. Hope y'all are staying warm.
Saturday, December the 7th at 8 a.m. here in Alabama.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Hope y'all doing well.
Hope y'all are doing well.
When I looked, it said 19 this morning. But that was when I got up. I think it's then jumped on up to
it was
30
above.
something.
It was above 30.
Okay.
We have our helper here.
Yes.
Already, Caden. He's never late. He's
always early.
He's a boy after my heart. I will tell you that because I like punctuality, and he's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So he's out there this morning, and I went to take him some water, although I probably should have offered him some coffee. I don't even know if he drinks coffee, but I looked at the temperature because I thought, I'm not even going to put on my jacket. And then I decided if I didn't put on my jacket, it might be cold the whole morning up here. So I did. I got him some water. He doesn't have coffee. He might need some after he does what we got him.
Oh, he's spreading out mulch for us this morning in the fruit orchard, so he'd probably get warm.
Yeah, he probably will.
It's warm up here.
Well, I cut the heat down. So I tell you, I have another new shirt that I got on the Black Friday sale from Duluth Trading. It was pennies on the dollar, and I couldn't pass it up. I saw some people commenting, so I wanted to address that. But it's not what I'm working outside in today. I had that already set out with a thermal shirt up under it.
That's what I got. See, that's why I'm so warm up here in this thick shirt here.
Well, I usually take a shower at night, but we had a busy night last night, so I decided to wait till this morning.
Yeah.
And I heard the side-by-side crank up, and that meant Jason was going to the barn, and I said, this may mean that I don't need to go feed Pocket. He can do it, and Peaches and everybody else. So when I got dressed, I didn't need all that warm stuff because I wasn't going outside.
Everything's done.
So, if I had been the one going to the barn, you could have your pretty blouse on. You could be cool and you're drinking coffee, so that's not going to help.
Coffee. Yep, that's not going to help. Got my long handles on. Some people call them long handles. Some people call them long johns.
I call them long johns. But
I had somebody in my family. I don't know if it was my mom or my nanny that called them long handles.
My mama calls it long underwear.
Long underwear, that's another one.
Long underwear.
So, I guess because it's long.
It's long, all right, and it's warm, but I don't have any on, and I'm glad I did not get dressed to go to work outside because I would be like me you. Right now. I'd be having sweat dripping down my face, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Lovely shirt, Brooke. Thank y'all.
I call them warm. They are warm now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Ventures and Me and T said their father called them long handles. Now, I can't remember which family member mine. Maybe it was granddaddy.
Long drawers.
Long drawers.
Long drawers. It's a lot of different. Anyway, you know what you're talking about when you say it. That's pretty much.
Long johns here in Canada. I wonder where the term John came from. That's long johns because you gotta go bathroom, you reckon?
I reckon so, because you call them Johns. Or call the bathroom the John. But why did you ever call the bathroom
why
the John?
Why you call them long handles?
I don't know.
That's even weirder than John.
It's something that we'll have to get Mary Carl to look up for.
Somebody's gonna look it up and let us know what's gonna happen. I guarantee
She is just like Jason when it comes to that. She knows these quirky facts. And I'm like, girl, I promise you have more information in your head about useless things than I have in my 48 years of life.
Yeah.
Well, I say useless. You know what I mean. I'm not criticizing.
Yeah, we could win one of those trivia games.
I would just have to be the scorekeeper because I know nothing. Oh, goodness.
Well, we had an eventful evening last night.
Yeah,
I saw somebody said they enjoyed the parade. I posted on stories.
We went to New Orleans last night. New Orleans, I've never been. We went to the next best thing.
Yeah, we did. We had our annual Christmas parade here at our little town of Clanton, Alabama. And I'm telling y'all, so we've talked about how small this town is, but the Halloween festival, or whatever it was called, was huge.
Yes, it was.
The Christmas parade was as big, if not bigger.
Oh, it was bigger.
It was bigger.
Because we couldn't see all the people. There's the Chestnut Hills. They were there last
They
night.
were.
We couldn't see all the people because it's spread out over blocks.
Yeah, it was.
So the parade just goes around, and you really can't see how many people are standing on the streets because it's so spread out. And it's a good thing.
It was a good bit of people.
I tell y'all, it was amazing. We've never been before. We've been told that it was,
it was awesome.
It was the event to look forward to. It's the event of the year for the town. And I'm gonna tell y'all, we were not disappointed. It was so fun. So fun. What you looking for?
I had videos of it. Like the ones I liked was, of course, the antique tractors and the old cars. So that's most of my videos right here. You can see this old John Deere right there.
So it was businesses in the community mostly that had well, they call them floats, just because it's a parade, but it's and they made it to complement their business.
Right.
And it was just so different from one to the next. And here's the crazy thing about it. They threw out candy. Every one of these floats threw out candy. And so I can't tell y'all how much candy we got. We got down there and we'd never been. So we didn't know what to expect. And we didn't have any kind of bag, but Mary Carl had a purse.
Yeah, Mary Carl had a purse and it got filled up. I mean, look at this.
She had a purse. And so that one was cool.
That one was cool. But
that
was a dance studio in the town.
It was.
Yeah.
I had just about decided that I was going to take my toboggan off.
Yeah.
And turn it inside out, put my stuff I caught in it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized she had that purse, and it was perfect, but it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. I didn't know where it was going to get all that.
I never would have thought she would have taken it with her.
Of course, this was one of my favorites. Look at that old tractor right there.
And it was at night. So that made it even that much better.
But I got to show them the ultimate one. So there was this old truck, which I absolutely loved, right here. There's a big glare because it's the truck is
kind of
black.
Right
there. But look what came after the truck. Are y'all ready? Hang on, I got to back it up. Back it up here. Look at here. There it is.
That's what came after the old truck.
The Smokey and the Bandit car right there.
So Jason was all invested in that black truck. And I could see the Smokey and the Bandit coming, and he's still oohing and ahhing over the truck. And I'm hitting him. I'm like, look what's coming next. Look what's coming next.
Oh, man. But it was fun. It was really fun.
Maymay didn't have a float that we saw, did she?
I didn't see a Maymay float.
Now, I hate to say she wasn't there
with a float
because she may have been, but we did not see her.
But we have decided that we may do this next year.
Y'all, it was, I can't tell y'all how much fun it was.
Yes.
It was fun being a spectator on the street, but I can't imagine how fun it would be being on one of the floats going around and, throwing out the candy and seeing all the children's happy faces. And I brought some of the prizes that they threw out because while I say candy, I want to show y'all some of the most different prizes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here was one. Somebody threw this. We caught it. A little bag from Pies by Mike. I was determined that I was going to catch a whole pie.
And kept saying it. I kept going, how in the world can he throw pies out?
I said, just wait. It's going to be in shrink wrap, and he's going to throw a pie.
Yeah.
So when I saw Mike come by, I was, he was like, coghill. And so, I caught one of these. It's a little $2 off coupon. This was from State Farm Insurance. It's got a little packet of Kleenexes and a, bag of candy. This was not just
I'm going to show
an
you
individual piece of candy.
Because I have not had one of these in a minute.
Packages of peanuts.
Yeah.
Lots of these were thrown out.
There were lots of side-by-sides.
Lots of
side-by-sides.
Check this out. This was from Mims Record Company. It's a little keychain that lights up.
Mm-hmm.
So while I say candy, I don't mean just candy. Lots of bracelets
Lots of
with
bracelets.
advertisements on it. Oatmeal cream pie. Forgot a Little Debbie Christmas tree cake because Mary Carl ate it.
Idiot.
That was the first time she had ever had one, and she ate it right there on the street. But here's Jason's favorite.
I it's one of those things that you hadn't had in a long time, but you love. And I
But you don't buy it at the grocery
I decided that I was going to have this with a cup of coffee this morning, but I'm not going to eat it on live. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to save it.
Can y'all guess what this may be?
And these are from Alabama.
Is that right?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is an Alabama
staple.
And
I hope you're right.
That is the moon pie.
So these people went above and beyond to throw out, well, I say candy, it was a little bit of everything. But
I have not had a moon pie, and I could not tell you how long, and I forgot how much I like these things. The moon pies.
Yep.
It's a little mini one too. I like that.
Yeah, that was pretty clever.
This is for, when you get a little bit older and you're trying to not eat so much sugar and all the little mini ones.
I wonder if I could freeze dry
moon pies from Chattanooga. That's right. That's right, because we almost went to the moon pie thing up there.
Factory?
Yes.
Do they still make them there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I
was hoping you weren't wrong.
That's right. That is right. It is in Chattanooga, because I remember, because I wanted to take the tour of it, and we didn't have time.
Well, we went on Thanksgiving, so that was not a very good time.
That's right.
For something to be open.
Well, Tennessee's our neighbor anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful country up there.
That's right.
Beautiful country up there.
So sorry about that, moon pies.
I got confused because I thought it was North Alabama, but it was Tennessee.
Meow Mix is made in North Alabama.
There is a Meow Mix in North Alabama.
That's the cat food.
Oh, man. But this is just a regular moon pie. This is just your chocolate moon pie with the marshmallow center. So
Jason was talking to Nick back and forth while we were there, and Jason said, "Where are y'all?" And he said, they were about a block away from us, and we could see the lights off in the distance. They were starting to come down the road, and we started to go where they were. And I told Jason, I said, "I ain't fighting rat for candy." We staying right where we are.
Oh man!
But I'm telling y'all, it was a sight.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and got our wheels turning. That we wanted to do. We want to do this next year,
and we're trying to figure out how we can get Moody on a 20-foot trailer. Hello, Catherine. Good morning. How we can get Moody on a 20-foot trailer, and not get spooked. That's going to be the biggest thing. If he gets spooked, then the crowd goes wild.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine him running loose in the street?
Oh, I almost forgot. We're talking about taking Moody. I almost forgot about this, y'all. Look at this one.
This was the very end.
This was the last thing in the parade. There's a little mini horse pulling a cart.
Look at me.
And Brooke showing her moon pie. Oh, me. So,
it was so much fun. If you're from out of town, it'd be worth driving. I'm that impressed with it.
It was fun.
Now, I may be a little deprived. I may not know what other cities have to offer, but
it was the hometown. It was a little small hometown parade. It wasn't it wasn't like the Macy's. To me, that's what made it great.
Yeah, that's right. It was small town, hometown. It was individualized.
And 109 floats.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know it was that many.
Yes, what Clack told me.
I asked him, but I never heard an answer.
Somewhere around there. So it may have been 110, but I swear he said 109.
They said they could see Pookie in the float. We'll have to see how things go. I know Tip would love to participate. Yeah. And the horses were last for a reason.
Yeah, I'd never crossed my mind, but it makes sense.
Well, they didn't want, the horses to mess in the road.
And they're throwing out candy.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Oh, but it was fun. It was lots of fun.
It was, yes, it was great. But you know what I found out? I found out a tidbit of depressing information.
What's that?
The blow up decorations.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Christmas nativity,
Yeah.
That we showed over and over last year.
Oh, yeah. That house that had the thousands of just all the decorations.
They're not doing it this year.
I can't blame them.
They're not doing it this year. And I don't know if this is factual or not, but I read on Facebook that the couple got a divorce.
Oh.
So maybe they're planning their separate, separate.
That would take at least 2 people to put all that up for sure.
Well, they may have new spouses by that time, and they may compete, and we may have a bigger and better show.
Maybe so.
I'm trying to be positive.
Maybe
here.
so.
But I hate that that's not going to take place.
Yeah, because that was pretty awesome.
Man,
too.
that was awesome. That was worth driving here for.
Now, I said I've never gone viral, and I meant like a YouTube video, but I posted that of us going through that last year or riding by it, and it blew up. I don't think it got 1 million views or nothing like that, but I think it got around 500,000 for some reason. I don't know why. That us filming going by.
It was cool.
It was cool.
I mean, if I'd seen it come across my screen, I would have watched it because it was just that amazing.
Yeah.
And some people came from out of town, to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate that they're not putting it on. Maybe things will. I don't know.
We'll see though. We got a lot of ideas in our head. I see a lot of people saying we could take Granddaddy's tractor or the bus, or we could take the side by side.
Well, when Dr. D came,
yeah,
he had the ultimate idea for the bus. He said, what we need to do is to get a mural on the side of the bus.
That's right.
Paint a picket fence.
Yep.
Have some of our animals peeking their heads over the picket fence. And I said, look, Dr. D, even further than that, you see this little window right here? We could have pocket on the inside. It could be a real life
pocket
horse
up in there,
sticking her head out the window in the bus.
Oh, me,
and that's if it's going by next Christmas.
That's right.
If I say Christmas, I mean we're not Christmas. We're
not Christmas. We're getting closer though.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
We are getting closer. We did. I showed in the video we got our Christmas tree, and that was fun.
That's always a fun thing.
And I'm going to tell you, so every year, because we got high ceilings in our houses, we always have gotten like a big Christmas tree or try to get a big Christmas tree.
As big as we can.
As big as we can. Last year, I think was the biggest. It was really big. And this year, we go to the same place every year. Now, they're starting to get a lot more of these Christmas tree farms up. They seem to be maybe becoming more popular, I reckon, is what the thing is.
Yeah.
But we still like the one we go to because that's where we've always got. That's where we went when we were kids.
That's right.
It's the same place
it's
over
the
and over.
Tradition for us.
And the Christmas trees compared to the other ones are also way cheaper.
They're way cheaper. I mean, I've seen trees that are $15 a foot.
Yeah.
And ours are flat rate. So,
yeah,
going to get any size that we want to for one flat rate, we don't have to, worry about, is this one going to be $30 more than the next one? Or, it's been nice to have that flat rate. However, I think this may be the last year they be able to.
Maybe not.
The trees are becoming few and far between.
If you're in the area and haven't got a Christmas tree yet, and we're not sponsored by these guys, but they don't even know who we are probably.
Well, I know Abby.
Well, you know Abby. But it is Stevens Tree Farm, and you would have to Google it. I don't even know what county road it's on. It's
in Autauga County, and it's Stephen's,
yep.
Not a V.
And it's any tree you want, and it's $60.
That's right.
Don't matter if it's
100 foot tall,
20 foot tall, or 5 foot tall.
Early on, I had plans to get the biggest Christmas tree that would fit on our trailer, which would probably be 20 foot, and put it out by the wagon, buggy. And I had even found out a way to get it in the ground. I was going to get me a big old corrugated driveway pipe,
right,
and dig a 2-foot hole and then mount the tree down in that pipe, support it with 2x4s. But as Christmas has drawn nearer, I feel like it might take us till Christmas to get it mounted.
Yeah, it probably would.
So that's something we'll have to do in the off season and be prepared to cut the tree and have it here by Christmas. It's getting too close.
But we ended up getting just I don't know, how tall is our tree? 7 foot?
Yeah.
Just 7 foot tall, maybe. It's not huge at all. And as I'm usually a decorator.
Yes.
I'm usually the decorator. and I enjoy it so much. I enjoy if we had 1,000 things to put up for Christmas, I'd put it all up. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. But so as I was decorating, and I got the little step ladder out to put the star on the top, and I didn't have to step but one step. I was like, man, it sure is a lot nicer decorating this tree versus the big tall ones that we had gotten in the past. So,
well, you're not worried about falling off a ladder because you're not having to
No,
go so
that's
high.
right.
And, somebody said plant a tree in the ground by the wagon, and that would be a good idea because
That would be a
over
good
the
idea.
years we could watch it grow.
We need a slow growing though. We don't need a cryptomeria.
Oh, we do. We need it. We need something. We got to have a bucket truck to decorate. I mean, bigger is better in this instance. Am I right?
I tell you what, I wish we had, and I'm going to work on it. Is that especially when we rent the trencher,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put me a plug over there.
Yeah, we need to do
Because I
that.
want a light to shine up on it.
You know what
And
else I
not just
want?
Christmas. I want a light to shine up on it all the time where it would come on at night and cuts off.
No
what I'm
Chinese privet
No
tree.
Chinese privet tree.
I
That's
don't
for
think
sure.
anybody would plant that. That's funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, light would be pretty.
It would be pretty
And
over
it could
there.
shine on the wagon. Yeah, that's a good
Mhm.
idea. That is a good idea. Yeah, go big or go home. That's right.
We're not going to decorate it.
We might.
Oh, my gosh.
We are. I told you that's why we got to have the bucket truck to be able to get to the
Oh,
top.
my gosh.
Yeah.
It can't get no bigger than the tractor bucket.
Jason is so. We'll just take it down if it gets too big. Let's just. He's so worried, y'all. He just anticipates the worst.
Yeah, I don't.
I need to
fall.
scratch that away from him.
I don't want
Just
fall.
let me do my thing. I'll go get the tree, and you and Caden can plant it. Don't even look at the tag.
We don't look at tag.
Just plant it. Yeah,
Well,
see, everybody's saying bigger is better.
I see that. I see that.
I
see
love
what
your
everybody's saying.
ideas, Brooke. Bigger is
I
better.
see that.
Hmm.
Well, let's see. I'll have to ask Jason what he thinks.
No, don't ask Jason. Ask Brooke.
I'm going to ask Jason what he thinks about a plant.
I'll ask Shelly, and then we'll compare answers.
That'll work. Catherine said me and Tony are twins.
Oh, goodness. On your ideas of not going too much.
It's because me and Tony are the same ones. We gotta
No.
keep this. We gotta keep things.
No.
You know.
I'll get Catherine to go with me when we pick it out. And we'll see who the same one is.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
my
good
goodness.
idea to plant one there, though. I mean, we could have it year after year, and it wouldn't look out of place.
Get one of those pencil ones. You know what I'm talking about?
No, we want like a big fat Crayola marker, not a pencil.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't show I showed the I putting the big wreaths on the barn doors.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 wreaths, live wreaths we got to put on the gates.
We actually got 3.
One goes on the buggy.
Yes.
And I put a garland on the buggy, and I put a garland on the farm stand.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got a little bit.
ooh, speaking of farm stand, I hope she's watching because I need to respond to her email. So it was her lucky day. It was absolutely her lucky day. So y'all, the eggs have been slim pickings because it's just that time of year. And then when we do put them out there, I mean, they're gone just like that.
Yes.
And so,
So
I was out there.
let
Go
me
ahead.
say
Okay.
something first.
Go ahead.
I was in TJ Maxx. I wasn't supposed to be in TJ Maxx. I was supposed to be getting feed.
Yeah.
But my phone rang and I didn't recognize the number because it said Birmingham. But I answered it because I always answer it. And it was Miss Penny at So Charming Quilt Shop
Mhm.
in Clanton. And she said, Brooke, she said, there's a lady here and she wants to know how to get to your farm to
Mhm.
get eggs.
To
and
get
I
eggs.
said, my first thought was, Penny, there's not going to be any eggs there. And I got to thinking, I said, you know what? I put eggs out there
You
this
put
morning.
2 dozen out there this morning.
And I said, Penny, I said, I am not for sure if there's eggs still at the stand or not. But I told the lady how to get to our house.
Right.
And then Jason was at home.
So I happened to be finishing up. I had just put the little bit of garland on the farm stand, and a car pulls up, and I thought somebody's buying eggs. And I was right. Somebody was buying eggs. The nicest lady, and just as nice as she could be, she said, oh, do you have eggs? And I said, I believe we do. I said, but let me check because sometimes people will get them and not flip the sign around. So I looked and I said, there are 2 dozen in there. She says, I want both of them. I said, great. And then she tells me that my smile is, no, she said, I look just the same as I do on TV.
And you didn't know it wasn't just somebody from the community.
I thought it was just a, just a regular,
just a passerby.
Regular customer. I just thought it was a regular customer. And she was from, what did I tell you? Pelham, Alabama. And drove all the way over there. She said she was a quilter and went to So Charming, and she likes to go there because So Charming is a quilt shop,
and they're an awesome quilt
they
shop.
Are awesome quilt shop. The #1 quilt shop in Alabama 2 years in a row. I might add.
That's right. If you're a quilter, come on to Clanton, folks. Yep.
And so she was here, and so she wanted to come by and get some eggs if we had any, and she did. She got the eggs, and spoke to her for a minute, and she sent a nice email back. And so I got an email yesterday, and it said that #1, it said in her 80 years, and right off the bat, I'm going to tell y'all, I hope I look this good when I'm 80 years old now. Because I would, if you would have said, I'll give you $1,000. If
you guess her age.
If I guess her age, it wouldn't have been close to 80 at all.
Now,
I can tell you
now
that.
I really hope she's watching.
I can tell y'all that. And that is the truth. That was the best quiche she's ever made from our eggs.
Oh, the best. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I need to respond back to her. But I hope she is watching.
I hope she is too. When I pulled in, I had not talked to Jason about the lady coming by to get the eggs. And I noticed that the sign still said eggs in stock. And I went on to the house and I said, I guess the lady didn't, or the lady only bought one dozen. And he said, no. He said, a nice lady came by and she bought 2 dozen. And I said, well, the sign was still flipped around. He said, she sent me an email and she told me she forgot.
She was so apologetic that she forgot to flip the sign around.
And it happens all the time.
And I told her to do not worry about that because I cannot tell you how many times I put eggs in there.
Oh, I forget too.
And don't turn it around. It still says eggs out of stock.
And that's probably why we have people that stop from time to time to go
to make sure,
to say those Smiths, is their brain on or off this morning?
Isn't that the truth?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
So glad she was able to get some eggs. And
yes.
That was a good story because she seemed like a very nice lady.
Well, I want to say this, that we say it all the time. But just because he's so awesome, Dr. D, I'm telling y'all, he is, I love that man to death.
He's we have been very fortunate with our vets in the past.
Absolutely.
And in the current. He's just the perfect complement to what we came from. Dr. Holbrook in Marion, Alabama was, we thought we would never find a vet as good as him.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say some of the vets I've visited locally haven't been good. I don't mean that. But none of them compare to Dr. Holbrook. I just always was seeking him out, trying to compare somebody to him.
Yes.
So I had taken my dogs, to different vets before we found Dr. D in the area. And I just always kind of hung my head thinking, well, I sure do miss Dr. Holbrook. But since Dr. D's been coming, I feel like we have really hit the jackpot.
Yeah. Yeah. He reminds us a lot of Dr. Holbrook. Dr. Holbrook near about cared for your animals more than you did.
Yes.
Heaven forbid, y'all know, sometimes it's going to happen. You own an animal or a dog or whatever, and they get on up in age and, becomes a time where they're suffering. And y'all, every time that grown man would break out in tears. So yeah, love Dr. Holbrook. Dr. D is very similar. He tells our animals he loves them. Every time.
When he saw Pocket for the first time, that was the first time he had seen her since she lived at her old farm. And he was like, hey, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm. We were standing there talking, and just out of the blue, he goes, Pocket, I love you.
He does.
I swear I like it. That gets you, man. I just, because we care so much for animals, and to have him
And some, vets just may not show their emotion like others. And we don't mean to down anybody
No,
else.
not at all.
It's just so comforting to know
Mhm.
when you have one that can share that emotion with you.
Mhm.
He just fits all the criteria.
He does.
And he makes farm calls. I mean, what else could we ask for? Dr.
my
Holbrook
gosh.
he did that, but he did that in the community of Marion, which is actually where Laura at Simply Making It
Yep.
lives. So that was about 30 miles from our house. He couldn't make a house call to us because that was outside of his community, and he had a
Right.
clinic to tend to. But Dr. D is he's a traveling vet.
Yep.
So we just feel like we really struck gold by finding him.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. He is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And he's not watching this, so it has nothing to do with the
No,
reason.
he don't watch us.
No.
He knows who we are, but he doesn't watch us.
He's a busy
Yep.
man.
Oh, busy.
He's a
Woo!
busy man.
He is a busy man, but yeah, I'm so grateful. And I didn't get into the whole story, but Pocket had a little belly issue, and so he was supposed to come float her teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was texting him back and forth, and then he says, I don't think we need to float her teeth today. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Just let me know when you can do it.
They wanted her to be at feeling 150% instead of just 90.
Right. And so I was a little disappointed because I wanted him to come look at her, but I know he's busy. He's got so much going on. He has a full-time job and does
Veterinary
the vet
medicine
when he gets off of work. So that's why it was going to be 5 o'clock when he got there. And so he sends me a text immediately back and goes, but I still want to check her out. I still want to look at her. And it's going to be about 6:30 when I get there. Is that okay? And I was like, absolutely. Please come on.
Yes, we were just thrilled to know that he was going to come. Not that we felt that she needed to have veterinary care that night, but we wanted to talk to him about her because we had just been relaying information from the previous owners as to what he said about her.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been texting Dr. D about her, but he wanted, to go over some things with us.
Yeah. And the main thing was, and I've talked about in the video, was that she needs long stem fiber.
Yes.
He thinks that would really, really help her more than anything is to get her long stem fiber in her diet. And he told us how to do that slowly without messing things up.
That's right.
Yep.
So we will, we've been adding a little bit of hay at a time, but she's never been exposed to a big round bale, nor will she ever be.
Yeah, he kind of frowned upon that a little bit. That he doesn't think that she should have free access to a round bale of hay. But we could try it if we wanted to.
She never has.
And that's after we get her built up and all that kind of good stuff. So.
Right. And we're going to have to be careful, with the grass. As far as when springtime comes.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows that somebody, a horse coming from never having green, fresh grass to going out on it full time, that's going to have to be.
That's got to be watched very, very closely too. So, and I meant to say this in the video and I forgot because I was standing outside and it was dropping temperature quickly.
Was dropping.
I saw one comment that said, Jason, you don't have to stand out there in that freezing cold to tell us anything about this horse. You go in and get inside. But he did say that, in his opinion, the biggest thing for Pocket is Peaches.
Yes, he was so happy.
Oh my gracious!
And y'all, he stood there probably.
Somebody said our 80-year-old egg lady is in here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, well, good.
Yay! He had stood there and talked to us a good 10 minutes about Pocket.
Yes. And
then all of a sudden, something moved. And he looked over.
He didn't know she was
and he said, is that a pig over there? And we said, yeah, that's Peaches. And he said, she's got all those shavings around her. And y'all, he got the biggest laugh out of Peaches building. She builds her bed.
She builds a great bed.
I don't know how she does it. I do not know how we watch her do it, but I still don't know how she gets it so perfect all the way around her.
And Peaches is right-handed.
You think?
Yeah, she takes that right foot and she goes, boom,
Well,
boom, and she kicks them shavings all in a big pile, and then she gets in there and she just kind of wiggles and makes a. It's unreal.
it's crazy how she builds up the sides around her.
Yeah.
And y'all, when Dr. D realized Peaches was in there, he scoots over and he starts, kind of looking, and he's kind of talking about her. Well, Pocket goes over to Peaches and she almost puts her nose on her. She doesn't touch her. She almost puts her nose on her as to say, "This is my friend Peaches."
She did.
And she's asleep, so don't mess with her. Okay?
And Peaches, every now and then you hear,
But they are they are very good friends, and he thought that was the perfect companion for Pocket.
Yep, he said this is the best thing ever right here.
I mean, when I go out there from time to time, I'll take videos. I never post them, but they will be side by side.
Y'all,
out there in the
Peaches has
pasture.
never been this active. She has never been this active, and maybe it's the weather, maybe it's cooler weather, and that's why. But she is. I've never seen her. She just seems like she's got a little
spunk in her.
Just a little, yeah.
I have no doubt that the two of them get along.
Yeah.
There is no drama.
Mm-hmm.
There is one sometimes if Pocket were to touch Peaches, she might go like that because she's not expecting it.
Yeah.
But they absolutely get along, and they're company for each other. So.
It is. And we told Dr. D the same thing. Peaches is 10 years old. We have tried so many times to find Peaches a buddy.
Yep.
10 years. Marshall the pig. She couldn't stand Marshall. And bless his heart, he tried so hard to make Peaches his buddy, build her beds, brought her food. Peaches did not like him at all.
No, she did not. She'd go get in the bed after he made it.
Oh, yeah, she'd do that now.
You sleep over there.
Kick him
out. Don't touch
me. Kick him out. But and then we put her in with the goats. She don't pay the goats any attention,
and she don't want them near her.
She was in there with Mildred. She didn't pay Mildred any attention whatsoever. She would just lay in that porta hood or what. She just, she's always been antisocial.
But we will find her with Pocket in the pasture.
Yes,
and it's not just Pocket; it's Peaches too.
The funniest thing, if y'all watch the one where Pocket got her feet done from the farrier. After the Derek left, she came over there and she was smelling her feet.
Well, that dogs and pigs.
I know, but
they love the
hooves were gone.
Oh, he took them with him?
No, I had given them to the dogs.
Oh,
because that's a great treat for the dogs. Yeah,
I was thinking Peaches might have been.
No, she was looking at like, look at your feet, girl. They look good.
I can remember when talk first started with the family that had Pocket. I can remember telling Mary Carl, I said, "What if Peaches and Pocket become best friends?"
Mm-hmm.
And Mary Carl said, "Mama, there's no way Peaches and Pocket are going to be friends." And so I Googled it. Can
pigs and
horses and pigs become friends?
Right.
And it says, while it's not likely, they can get along. And this is more than just get along. I feel like they're bonded. I really do.
So last night I went in there and it was dark. I cut the light on, and there, we got the two stalls, and Peaches is in that last stall.
Mm-hmm.
That's where her bed is.
Mm-hmm.
I always assumed Pocket slept in the other stall.
Right.
She doesn't. She's in there with Peaches side by side. Now she's not laying down. She's sleeping standing up.
That's what she did when Dr. D was there.
Yes.
She went in there with Peaches and stood beside her.
That's where she was at. She was in the same stall with Peaches.
He told us, he said, out of all the things that has happened for Pocket with this move,
mm-hmm.
from having grass, from having hay, from, being with us more so than her having to work all the time. Amanda, I'm talking about.
Right.
He said, to me, the top of the list is her having that pig as her friend.
Yes.
So, y'all,
because Pocket had a friend. It was a dog.
It was.
And that was her best friend. And then the dog passed away.
And we didn't have a dog that we could put in with her.
No, we didn't.
Rocky and Bandit, yeah, but their job is to
protect everybody.
Protect the farm
mm-hmm.
and to take them from their environment of being able to roam and be free to in in a confined area, they're not going to like that.
That's right.
So it worked out for the best that Peaches really, she needed to get along with somebody.
Well, the thing that's amazing is that, we knew Pocket needed a friend, but it looks like Peaches needed Pocket just as bad as Pocket needed
I think
Peaches.
it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
I really do. And I think that we're going to continue to see both of their spirits be lifted just by companionship.
And you know what? We had probably never done this if Peaches had not decided to swap pastures.
Things are done for a reason,
Yep. Peaches had started going to that other pasture and sleeping over there and staying over there. I think she was tired with the goats and the donkeys. I really
think so
do.
too. Because how many times
she
do that musical chair thing before she decided she was going to stay on that side?
When we let everybody out, Peaches would go to the other side where nobody was.
That's right.
And stayed over there by herself. And then when that crew would come over there,
she'd go
back on the other side. She didn't want nothing to do with the donkeys and the goats.
Well, when she's sleeping, she wants to sleep.
Yeah.
And one thing about Pocket is she respects that.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't bother her when she's asleep, except for saying, "Hey, Dr. D, this is my buddy."
Yep.
So I don't think it could have went any better.
Pocket and Peach's book would be a great idea.
Yeah, it would. And another thing that would be a good idea, and I thought about this right when Pocket came, but I did not know how it would work out.
Mm-hmm.
So how about this? How about a Pocket T-shirt? A T-shirt with a pocket on it.
With Peaches
with the pocket, with pocket on the
pocket.
And Peaches peeking out of the pocket. So it could be Peaches Pocket. I think that's pretty clever.
Oh, me. Peaches gets a new pocket. Could be the title. That is pretty cute. I'm writing this down. We can let Jay know.
Well, we won't know where we wrote it, but I saw this morning and it was perfect. I'm going to show it to you first. I will drink coffee here or there. I will drink coffee everywhere. I said Ryan needs to put his Grinch costume on and show that.
That is pretty.
As I need a sip of my coffee.
I forgot Ryan had his Grinch costume.
Mm-hmm.
He sure did. Ryan, so the lovely lady that got the eggs, her name is Nana B.
Nana B.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
And hopefully she was on here earlier.
And heard us saying good things about
it. If not, she can go back and watch it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, well, I saw people already ask me,
Michael said Ryan doesn't need a costume to be the Grinch. Oh, that's naughty.
Oh, they go back and forth, y'all. Y'all to see our group text sometimes. They go back and forth. Ryan's not called Ryan the Roaster just because he roasts coffee. Ask Lester. Ask Michael.
Ask Michael.
Ask Michael. But I have seen a lot of people asking me, am I going to watch some football today? Am I going to watch them Georgia Bulldogs? I would like to watch Georgia Bulldogs. I think they're at 3 today. Of course, us Alabama fans, the game we're more interested in is SMU versus Clemson.
When is that?
It's at 7.
Oh, goodness, I got to find something to do.
SMU versus Clemson. That is the big one for Alabama fans. If SMU wins, Alabama's in the playoffs. If Clemson wins, my opinion, Alabama's not in the playoffs.
Okay. So you're SMU fan for the day.
So we are.
What is SMU stand for?
That stands for
Southern something. Missouri?
Their logo is the Broncos. For some reason, I thought they were in Texas, but why did I think that?
SMU. Somebody's going to tell us.
Somebody's going to tell us. Crazy.
Yeah, at 7, I will be ready for bed. I was thinking that after I said it.
SMU Mustangs. I knew it was Mustangs, not Broncos.
I'm not going to see Wicked at 7 o'clock because, first of all, the drive to get there is an hour, and then the movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes, and then an hour back. So let's see, that'd be 5 hours. I need to leave it.
Southern Methodist University.
But where is it?
That's what I'm looking for. Dallas, Texas. I thought it was Texas.
Okay.
Yep.
Fort Worth, Texas. Somebody said.
It might be. That's
okay. You don't have to.
Dallas.
You don't have to look it up.
Southern Methodist.
Does Texas play today?
Yeah, play Georgia.
Oh, what time is that?
That's at 3.
All right. So Nico at our Brown Farmhouse is a big Texas fan.
He sure is.
So last Saturday, I got a text from Natalie, and she said that Nico's been watching this Alabama-Auburn game, and he's been quiet. Was it last Saturday? It was, wasn't it? He's been quiet the whole game and hadn't heard a word out of him. Well, the Texas game came on after that. I don't know who they played. But he had Pharaoh, not the littlest, but the one that had heart surgery, little boy, saying touchdown by the time the football game started. So I told Natalie, I said, we're going to have to do something about that. I said, I'm going to teach Pharaoh to say roll tide.
Oh, man.
And she said, you know what's going to happen? You teach him to say roll tide, and he's going to say it all the time. Whereas Nico can't get him to say touchdown on demand. It's just random. So roll tide's going to be all the time.
That would be funny.
I'll just say
she needs to secretly teach him that.
Yeah. I don't know if she would have a place to sleep if she did that, but yeah.
But there are big games today. Big games today. Somebody said Lester's watching the clock so he can do his live after us. I think that's what it meant. I thought we were running late. That's right.
No, that's every week.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. I thought we were running late. So we're not running late.
He waits on us.
Worried. I didn't want to run into their time.
You acted like you saw a ghost.
I didn't want to run into their time. I thought we had gone over. Yeah, but there are some big games today. This is the championship weekend. You know what? The whole playoff is good, but they need to fix this thing. It's I know they were thinking they had it, but the format's it's not good. It's not good format at all to me. It's just not.
Well, honestly, I don't know, and probably a lot of you don't know either.
It's a 12-team playoff, and in my opinion, they should take the 12 best teams and rank them accordingly.
Look there. Brooke said, I don't watch football, but I understand it. So that's me. I don't watch football, but I understand it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But the thing's messed up. It's messed up. Well, the top 4 teams in the playoffs are not the top 4 teams in the country. It doesn't make any sense.
But this is what's going to happen. I can guarantee you 100% of the time, this is what's going to happen. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The best team's going to win.
Maybe.
The best team that plays the best that day is going to win.
That's right.
There's no doubt about that. So whatever happens after that, I can't tell you.
Yeah. But it's messed up. I mean, if Alabama gets in and they're where they're predicting they'll be, and they can get past Notre Dame, they have an easier shot to make the championship game versus the number 1 team in the playoffs. Okay. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, it's messed up. It's messed up. And I hope they get it fixed. It ought to be like if Clemson wins today and they're not even in the top 14, if they win today and win their championship, they're going to leapfrog all the teams and have a bye. And be one of the top 4 teams. It makes no sense.
Somebody said, why do y'all like football?
I like it. I've always liked it since forever. I always liked it. I like the strategy side of football.
I don't watch football.
It's kind of like a chess match. That's what I like. That's what I get into versus the entertainment of it, I reckon. I don't know. The chess moves. That's what I like. I like chess. I don't like playing chess, but I like to watch chess sometimes on.
Paula said you have to take into consideration the referees. Well, I meant most of the time, I should say.
Most of the time,
the team that comes out scoring the most points, it played a better game
that day.
That
doesn't always mean
doesn't mean that some things didn't happen and big breaks didn't go their way, but if they played their best, then they're probably winning.
Yep. True.
Or if they were the best team.
That's right.
Anyway.
Go Chiefs. I don't know much about pro football. I just don't.
Somebody said hockey, yes. Football, no. We don't know anything about hockey.
I don't know much about hockey. Now, I tell you, if I catch it and start watching, I will watch the the playoffs in hockey.
I remember we were on our honeymoon in Orlando.
The Stanley Cup was going up.
And we were so invested in
Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you who's playing.
I can't either, but we couldn't. We were sitting in our hotel room watching a hockey game on our honeymoon.
That's right.
Because we got invested in it.
I can.
So
So
it is what it is.
Now, I have watched soccer when it's been on the Olympics or the World Cup, and gets all that hype and going on, but a lot of times those games are at crazy times here, and we can.
They didn't even have soccer like a league when we were young.
No, they didn't.
There was no city soccer. I mean, now it's everywhere. Just about every city has a soccer league or recreation, and then schools have soccer teams, but it was not like that when we were younger. So maybe that has something to do with why we're not soccer fans. I don't know.
Somebody said they used to like basketball until something, I guess, gone. There's Seattle. I'm a huge college basketball fan too. I don't watch much. I don't watch NBA period, but college basketball I absolutely love to watch too. And that was that got in me because my granddad, not granddaddy, but my granddad, he went to Duke, and so been a big Duke fan and Alabama fan on basketball. So I love watching college basketball too.
Now that's the granddaddy on your mama's side.
That's on my mama's side,
not the one that gave you the tractor.
Correct.
Oh goodness. Oh, I was fixing to talk about Nugget and the eggs. So Nugget's doing well.
Oh yeah, he's normal.
He's up and walking around.
Yep.
And if y'all did not see Catherine's video, I did give Catherine the eggs, and she has those in the incubator as well. It was 6 eggs that Goldie laid, and I asked that people be respectful because we were doing what we knew was right for Nugget.
I think 99% of the people understand.
Right. Because if he had sat on those eggs, there's no way the chicks could have survived. If they had hatched, then the temperatures, say February the 1st, would not be warm enough to sustain the emus. And unless I brought him and Goldie and all their babies in this house and had supplemental heat, there's no way it could have worked.
Yeah. Unless it was just perfect timing or the weather was warm, but I doubt it. That's our coldest months. That's it. And
the nighttime temperatures would have to not get low either.
Yeah. And that's what I'm fairly positive that's what happened last year. We ended up letting him sit last year, and it was hard for one. And the eggs, every egg, I said 18 in my video, but I think it was 17. But all 17 eggs were bad.
They were bad.
17.
So he sat for, it was 50 days.
Well, not only that, I also started thinking about, so those eggs started spoiling. And, we were checking on him daily. But when it got to that point when we decided to pull the eggs, you could start to smell the eggs. So he was starting to get covered in flies. There were ants coming. And
think about predators. I mean, I know that an emu can defend predators, but when they sit, they're so in a docile state that he's not going to get up and try to defend off a predator. He would depend on Goldie for that.
There's a gazillion reasons why that we made the decision to pull the eggs versus hatching baby chick. I mean, there really, really, really is. The weather, his health, the chicks probably are not going to hatch, the predators, the insects.
And here's another thing that I wanted to say. The people that don't understand it don't have a problem with you pulling a chicken's egg.
Yeah, that was the thing I didn't understand. You could pull
a duck.
If a duck egg is or a brooding, chicken egg.
It's okay to take those eggs.
Yeah.
But it's not okay to take an emu
egg. Yeah.
So what's the difference? Yeah. I mean, they want to be a mama just as much as Nugget wants to be a daddy. So taking those eggs is the same thing.
Right.
And any chicken, I say any chicken, a lot of chickens, if you let the eggs accumulate, they're going to sit on them.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. If we had a nest and a chicken found a spot to lay eggs in a corner somewhere, and you found that nest, more than likely you're going to gather them.
And somebody said Lester pulls his ostrich eggs, and Alice, that's another thing is I talked to Lester a good little bit, and Lester's had a time And the one he thought he could get rid of them, or that's say get rid of them. That's not the word I should say. He thought he could find good homes for them, and he couldn't. We didn't want an ostrich,
Right?
and so he had a hard time. And we know, a lot of people that watch us think, we have nugget and emus are fun or whatever. So everybody wants an emu. Nobody wants 100-pound pet bird. Nobody.
Talking about an ostrich
or emu.
Well, not to say nobody wants that. I mean,
the pool of people is extremely small that wants a pet emu. 4 or 5 people. So once you got those 4 or 5 people that we know that may want a pet emu, what about next year? And then the next year.
Well,
and then the next year.
The people
and then
that I say would offer them good homes is limited.
Yes.
Another thing is it's right now, it's spring, summer in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So the most prevalent part of Australia that has emus is in Western Australia. Their temperatures right now are in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Their nighttime temperatures are in the upper 60s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mindset that emus have right now. Even I don't care if they're in Alabama or if they're in South America.
Yeah, that's right.
They're working off of that because that's instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't have any idea that those eggs are not going to be fertile. People say let nature take its course, but in this case, it's our fault for letting nature take its course because we brought them to a place where they're not, they really even shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take it back even further, and
that's right.
You just have to understand that this is not their native country.
Well, and then, I talked about in my video that, we could really mess up the ecosystem here too. You have no way to tell if we did hatch any, what sex they are. They're going to be a male emu or a female emu. Then if we got 2 males in there or 3 males and 1 female, chances are they're probably going to fight each other. And well, what if one of them injures Nugget badly or one of them kills Nugget?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just not worth it. We really don't want any more emus here, and so there's
some of us do, but some of us have to live with the one that doesn't want any more emus here. There were a lot of people that said, can you separate Nugget and Goldie during laying season? And y'all, that would be half the year.
It would be at least 5 months.
And I don't think that's fair either.
No, they would be pacing the fences back and forth. We'll just.
I mean, they're bonded.
Yeah.
So it would be like taking Peaches and Pocket, say they've been together for 10 years, and separating them because they could potentially breed together.
That's right.
And I mean, I know that's not possible, but I'm just trying to think of a situation where something's bonded.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our reasoning behind it. And I did ask that people understand, but I put the video out there because would y'all think if Catherine put 6 more eggs in that incubator and where they come from? Well, why didn't Brooke tell us Goldie was laying again? So I thought about it before I did the video. And I said, well, we just try to share what happens at the farm, and that's what we're going to do.
That's right. We try to be transparent, absolutely transparent. And I'm speaking of transparency, I do, and I said it in my video yesterday, but I do thank y'all so much for all the kind words about Scott, the emails, the messages, and thank you.
For those of you that may have not seen it, Scott, our peacock, passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Jason's referring to. We appreciate all the heartfelt sympathies. Right. And I gotta sneeze.
Don't sneeze.
I gotta sneeze.
How come on cartoons they do this and it stops them from sneezing? That doesn't work. They go. I don't.
I told you I had to sneeze. I've never done that, and I always sneeze twice.
Bless you.
So
bless you.
If that happens. I apologize.
Have you ever seen that on cartoons where they do like that and they don't
actually sneeze?
No, that on a cartoon they'll go, and they go, and it stops them from sneezing.
Okay, well, I'll try that.
It doesn't work.
I feel it again, but I'm going to try not to.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh my goodness.
My face is red.
Oh, my stomach's hurting after that one.
Goodness.
Somebody asked how Tater's doing. Oh, Tater Bug's doing good. I fed them, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Oh, Tater's doing good. We got to get him some hay in there today.
I tell y'all what,
Yep.
those three are something else. They get along just perfectly.
Oh, speaking of, so y'all know we got a lot of animals here and we go through a lot of feed. And so Brooke made a feed store run. And I've said it before in some videos in the past. The number one chore that it's not hard. It's not hard. But it would be today because my elbow is hurting. But the number one chore, and I have no idea why, that's on the bottom of my chore list is putting feed up. And we got a truck full of feed. And
we parked the truck in the garage because we got a little rain the other night.
We did. And so yesterday, so you got it, you got the feed, and then it rained. It's in the garage. And then yesterday I told you, I was like, hey, do you think we can just wait one more day and, get by today and I can get Caden to help me with that feed? And you said, sure. Sure. So I'm so happy that I'm going to get Caden to help me put the feed up today.
Caden's going to help you.
And a lot of y'all told me to get a strap for my elbow. I got one. And it seemed to work. But my question is, what do you guys do when it's cold outside and you got long sleeve shirts on?
Long johns.
I don't know how my strap's going to work. Maybe I can put it.
Maybe that means you're supposed to stay inside and wear a t-shirt all day. You got Caden to help you.
Oh, me.
You stay inside. Brooke and Caden can do it.
All right. So Dizzy Lizzy said, my dad was in World War II. He said, you learned that if you're being quiet but have to sneeze, if you press real hard on your upper lip, it will stop the sneeze. So that's where that comes from.
Huh. And then somebody said it's important to let that sneeze out. Do not hold it in.
Do not hold it in.
Well, I didn't hold it in.
Yeah.
I knew when it was coming and I had to either let it out or it was going to pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, strap over your sleeve, Jason.
Goes over the sleeve.
Over the sleeve.
Put it over my shirt.
That's what they said, but it's going to stretch it out, I would imagine.
No, it's Velcro.
Oh.
It's Velcro. So that
outside your sleeves, what everybody says.
Awesome. I told Brooke that I'm more likely, somebody said, just go and get the shot. I'm more likely going to call my buddy, Dr. Park, probably next week.
Guess what I told him? I'd drive him to get the shot.
And let Dr. Park give me a cortisone shot. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I need y'all to be thinking about me today because I started new medicine. This will be the third.
The third one.
The third one. And you know what they say about the third one? The third one's going to be the charm, right? So I got the medicine in the mail yesterday because it has to be refrigerated. And it's Imbral is my new medication. And I just hope I can get some results out of it. I did not do it last night because you never know how you're going to react to something. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I didn't sleep good last night. And if I had taken that injection last night, I would have said that medicine makes me not sleep. And that wouldn't have been the case because now I know. But I hope that this one's going to be the winning meds.
That's right.
But I must say that the Imbral is the pen type injection. Mm-hmm. It's like it's preloaded.
The Humira was.
Yeah, like the Humira.
Yeah.
The last one I took was called Cimzia, and it was a needle sticking out about this long, and I'm not scared of needles at all. Mm-hmm. But you actually had to pierce your skin with the needle, and it was kind of a little uncomfortable knowing that the needle was exposed.
Right.
This one, there's no needle exposed, so all I got to do is click the end of it. So I'm excited about the way it's actually injected. Mm-hmm. And we just hope this one's gonna do the trick.
A lot of people are saying acupuncture, but I don't even know where I'd have to go.
You go right here. I could fix you up.
Bet you could.
I could. Or we could do some beat therapy.
Somebody said Imbral worked for them.
It's a good drug. I actually had a relative say they wish that I could have tried Imbral first in their opinion.
Oh, really?
Because in their opinion, it worked more times than none. So we shall see.
We shall see.
I may not know anything by Tuesday, But I will update y'all on how I'm feeling, and let's just hope this works.
Right.
What's happened in the past is it's worked almost initially.
Yep.
Like a weekend, I'll start feeling better, and it works for a couple of months, and then it loses its effectiveness. I tend to just kind of go
Right.
down from that point. So that's where I am, and we just hope this one works and continues to work and all that.
Somebody said that they got acupuncture 20 years ago and they haven't had pain in their elbow since.
Well, did you hear me say we could do bee therapy?
I get Rachel to do that for me.
You don't need Rachel. I can go. I got a suit.
No. I won't. If we're going to do anything with bees stinging me, I'm getting Rachel.
Okay. Okay. Rachel, the nectar ninja.
Oh, Michael Key said, kick me in the legs. That way I won't have to worry about my elbow.
Speaking of kicking me in the leg, last time I was with Rachel, we were at a restaurant and she kept kicking me in the funny bone on accident, and my knee would go straight up in the air. I just thought of that when Michael said that.
Oh,
I said, Rachel, if you hit my funny bone one more time, I'll liable to kick you.
I got you.
So anyway,
I got you.
we're getting into Lester's time.
We are.
And I bet Caden may be finished and looking for another job.
He might be.
He works fast, y'all. We got to get that boy. I mean, we got jobs to do.
Putting that feed up.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my thing over because it seemed to work. It seemed to work. A lot of people are saying acupuncture. That never crossed my mind.
I don't know where you can.
Somebody said Montgomery's got one.
Oh, really?
Yep. Somebody said Montgomery's got a good acupuncture.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try it.
No, it wouldn't hurt at all.
I mean, I'll try anything, especially when you're in pain.
Yeah.
You know, within limits.
Yep. We will keep you updated. Somebody said, please keep us updated and if it's working for you, Brooke. I will say this. So this is what's been crazy to me. So the first one was Humira. You took it and it lasted like 3 months.
It did very well. I was
maybe longer, give or take.
I so thought that y'all, it's over. I can live a normal life.
And so everything was great. And then it started losing its effectiveness. And then you went to something else and that lasted like a month.
Yeah.
And then you started something else and it lasted like 2 weeks.
And the rheumatologist told me that I am a very odd case to him.
He's never seen it.
Most of the time what happens is it takes a long time for this medicine to start working. And then when it starts, it continues.
Yep.
But in my case, it works almost immediately. And then it loses its effectiveness kind of quick.
Crystal said acupuncture may even help you.
I'll do it.
We could do a
couples therapy.
Yeah, I could be on one table over here and you could be on this table.
Except it's with needles and you're not good with needles. So
I can handle this. I can handle that.
Jason won't watch me give myself my shot. He just doesn't like that.
I won't. And if I give blood or I have to take blood, I have to turn his head.
And I'm sitting there like Mary Carl gets my side of me.
It don't hurt. I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not gonna pass out or anything like that. I know some people.
Tiny needles, they say. It's very tiny needles.
Yep.
My body may accept Enbrel.
That's right. Oh, ask your body to accept it.
I am asking my body to.
We can get a family discount with the acupuncture, maybe.
Well, Mary Carl don't have any problems, so.
No, she don't have any, but I might look into that. Showing the Tater Farm. I just saw that name.
I see them from time to time. We gotta go, Jason.
Oh, we gotta go.
Jasper's waiting.
All right.
Is yours empty?
I got like a half a koala in there.
Mine is so empty. So empty.
The needle's thin as hair.
Okay. Well, I'll have a video out tomorrow, y'all. Jason will be back on Monday with the video, and we will be here on Tuesday at 4:00. That's the plan anyway. If anything were to change, we'll update y'all. But we hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. May the best team win. And say some prayers for Brooke, please.
And y'all be good.